Welcome to my first vlog. It's been a long time coming and I'm sorry, pasensya sa nosebleed. If this was in Bisaya, it would be a very quiet vlog. So I asked you all on Instagram and Facebook to ask me questions that you want to know about me that has been bugging you for a while. So let's answer them and get to know Joey a little better. How do I keep myself fit? I don't. I eat anything and I work out very infrequently, but I like to swim and stay active, but no, I don't go to the gym or anything like that. Skincare routine. That will be a separate vlog in itself because it's like a 20-step process, but Kiehl's. What tattoo design do I like? I've always wanted a tattoo of Kamigan on my ankle because it's my hometown and that represents like being grounded or rooted to where I'm from. How young are you? 23, 24 soon in less than 1 month. How tall are you? 5'5". How much do you weigh? Never ask a lady how much she weighs. Are you wearing makeup, especially when making adventure vlogs? No. If ever I'm wearing makeup, it's only because I've done like a photo shoot or a commercial or a casting. I don't like to wear makeup in the tropics because it's so sweaty and sticky. What's my pet peeve? Dirty feet. I can't stand dirty feet. What course did you graduate in college? Bachelor of Journalism in July 2016. But no, I'm not a journalist. I didn't like it. You have really perfect teeth. Veneers or natural? Natural, but thank you Mum and Dad for spending 6,000 Australian dollars on braces when I was 18. And I use Colgate Optic White, that's why they're white. Who is your celebrity crush? I don't have any boy celebrity crushes, but Jessica Chastain, the girl with the orange hair in, I think, Jurassic Park. What age were you when you lived in Kamigan? I was born there and I moved when I was just before I turned 5 years old to Australia. Do you like reading books? If yes, what genre? I'm very specific with the books that I read. It's usually always a murder mystery, focusing on like a female protagonist and either a male or female antagonist. My favorite book ever is Gone Girl. And then my favorite author is Gillian Flynn, so all of her books are amazing. Australia or Philippines? Philippines for now. They have good and bad points each. I love being in the Philippines, but obviously there's parts of Australia that I miss. Like the food and my friends and my parents and of course my dog. Dogs. Shh. What did you do before coming to the Philippines? I worked at Sofitel Brisbane and I was in the marketing department as marketing executive and I loved it, but it was time for a change. I still do marketing here and there. It's still something that I want to do. I just right now want to travel while I can. Pag-asa ka sa Australia, Brisbane. Do you diet? Yes, seafood diet. If I seafood, I eat it. How many times a year do you decide to cut your hair? I've had my hair cut once this year. My hairdresser would probably have a heart attack when she sees this. Before in Australia, I would get my hair cut every 6 weeks. But I had like a very sharp bob, so if it grew too much, cut it up again, so 6 weeks. And then color every 3 months. Favorite Disney movie? Lion King or Mulan? I'm tied. Favorite American TV series? Sinner, because it's murder and stuff, and it's about well, the first season, I didn't like the second season, and the first season's about a girl. Top 3 desserts: leche flan, pavlova, and just chocolate in general. I don't like ice cream.
Apple crisp. Apple crisp.
Oh, apple crumble. Favorite everyday lipstick color? I don't wear lipstick anymore here, but in my old life, nude, just different versions of it. I once emptied my handbag and pulled out 12 nude lipsticks and they were all exactly the same, just different brands. I had an addiction. What's your #1 makeup item? Again, I don't wear makeup anymore, but when I first went backpacking and I told my mom, she was like, but where will you put your makeup? So I decided the only makeup that I would take with me was waterproof mascara, and I never used it. But yeah, I guess mascara, because it has a way of making you look more awake when you're not. What's the future for the next 2 to 3 years? Settling in the PH for good? Yeah, that's the plan, if there is a plan at all. I like it here at the moment, so that's where I want to be while I'm still happy here. Obviously, I miss my family and stuff, but maybe they can come here. Do you like pavlova? Yes. Anyone who doesn't know pavlova, it's like Australian dessert. Favorite perfume? Coach de perfume. No, eau de toilette. Oh, what? It's just Coach.
De toilet?
Huh? Yeah.
Coach de toilet? You serious?
Toilette.
Toilet.
Toilet. Coach.
Baho.
This segment is Pinoy Pride. I answer your questions that you have about the Philippines and me. Are you Filipino? Yes, I'm half Filipino. I'm also half Australian, but as of 1 month ago, I got my Filipino passport. Which place in the Philippines do you love the most? Camigan, of course. I was born there. I grew up there. There's lots to do on the island as well, and all of my family is there, so it's so great. If hatagan kag chance namo represent sa Philippines sa Miss Universe, willing ka ba? It's not whether or not I'm willing to represent the Philippines in Miss Universe, it's if I'm willing to give up my life after Miss Universe. Like, my freedom, because it's crazy enough being like a vlogger here and going to the mall, because, you know, pwede pa picture, which is fun, but like, everywhere would end up being a meet and greet. Like, you couldn't even go shopping or anything without security or whatever, so I don't know about that. That's why I'm also not sure if I would ever want to be an artista. Favorite tourist spot in the Philippines? Camigan, because it's the second smallest province. There are 7 volcanoes, a sandbar, a little island on the outside, hot springs, cold springs. Go there. And Lancerni's Festival in October. So if you're going, see you there. Top 5 beaches in the Philippines. My favorite beach is San Vicente Long Beach. White Island in Camigan, even though it's not really a beach. Anda Beach in Bohol. I don't like Alona, it's too crowded. How many was that for?
Good people watching though.
Yeah, very good people watching in Alona Beach. If you don't want to swim or do anything beachy, but you want to look at people like Instagram husbands, it's a good place. I think that was only 4. I've never been to Boracay, so I couldn't tell you that, but I'm sure it'd probably end up being a favorite beach. Favorite Filipino food? I love kinilaw, specifically from Camigan, because it's so fresh. Oh, and pochero, or bulalo. It's my comfort food. Favorite Bisaya word and why? Pastilan. It's just very expressive, you know. I like that. Favorite Tagalog word and why? Talaga? How long have you been here in the Philippines? Since February of this year. But every year I would go back for Christmas for 6 weeks. So add all that up for like 20 years. Which place in the Philippines is most memorable for you? Camigan, because family. Best thing about the Philippines? Everyone says this, but the people, of course, like they're so friendly. Like it's just so welcoming and hospitable. Like everyone feels like you know them already or you've met them before. So I love that. Favorite OPM song? Buwan, of course, or anything by the EGs. Yeah. This section is girl power. It could be boy power too, but I'm a girl, so that's why I called it that. What do you do to feel empowered? You know, I like to remind myself of all the achievements that I've done. Like, I don't like to compare where I'm at with where other people are at, because they might be, you know, older than me, and I'm trying to compare myself to that, but they're in a different place in their life. So I just like to think of, you know, all the good that I've done, and that makes me feel good about myself. How do you handle stress? Not well. I am a bottler, so I bottle things up until I get to a point where I cannot anymore, and then I explode. I am working on that. Shh.
Hold that one in for a while.
How will you handle bashers? I need to be better at not biting back at bashers, but I like to also educate people. So, you know, you think that you know me because you see me in Kaloi's vlogs and like now this one, but you know, who you see on the internet is not always, you know, how they are in real life. And like the camera makes people, you know, it's different. Like you're seeing the best parts of my life. So I still have like negative emotions like you do. It's just that, you know, you don't have a camera in your face. So it's hard for me to reel that in. So I will probably handle my bashers by telling them to be better people. Tips on how to be more confident and not afraid of doing things. I am afraid of almost everything, but nothing's killed me yet. So, you know, just do one scary thing a day and eventually every day will be a little less scary. Maybe I'm still not going to go skydiving. And then confidence comes with, I guess, time, age, loving yourself. How to travel alone? I don't. But what I can say with the few times that I have traveled alone, prepare and plan enough so that you don't like, you know, stress out over not knowing when you should be at a certain place or whatever, and have all your passports and stuff with you. But then be flexible enough that, you know, if you do miss a flight or end up in the wrong place that you didn't want to be, just go with the flow. Like one time we fell asleep on the bus in Panay Island and woke up in Katiklan, and we didn't want to be in Katiklan, so we just explored there instead. So just go with the flow. Okay. If you were to initiate a project for the environment, what would it be and why? I have very real plans of one day starting a Aspin rescue on Kamigan Island. For me, that's my fight. Everyone's got one, so it doesn't mean that I don't care about other environmental aspects, but I just think that, you know, Aspins need love, and that's the one area that I can help in, realistically. Did you have insecurities growing up? Yes. Growing up half-caste in Australia is a whole different ballgame. You're not Filipino, but then you're not Australian, so like that was a huge insecurity of mine, not knowing where I fit in, and not really knowing my identity until like, even now I'm still like, am I Filipino, am I Australian, where am I most comfortable, I don't know. So that was a huge insecurity. Also, I was very socially inept, so not too good at making friends. I had my close circle, but I remember like when my best friend would call in sick, when she was like sick from school, I would like panic. I would go into an absolute panic because I didn't know who to sit with at lunch. So I would usually just hide somewhere, which even then transferred to like work. Sometimes, like if I didn't feel like going to the canteen because I knew someone that I didn't like would be at the canteen at work, I would eat in my car by myself. So yes, still have that. Who got questions? How to move on from the person who left you hanging? Only time will tell. Time heals all wounds, all of that. Just give it some time. And then eventually you'll realize that they're stupid for leaving you hanging, and you will find someone who will make you forget all of it anyway. Career or love life? I've always chosen love life. Like, yes, it's important to have a career and not to depend on your other half, because, you know, it's not guaranteed that they will always be there. But it's a very lonely life if you just focus on your career. You can only save one, your dog or your boyfriend. It's not an option. I would, if it was like a bullet, like a gun to my boyfriend's head or my dog's head, I would ask them to kill me instead, because I couldn't live with that decision. But like if my boyfriend was floating down a river and couldn't swim or something, my dog would probably save him because he's big and smart. What makes you sad? Seeing animals hurt, or like, yes, like stray aspins that look really sad. And missing my own dog makes me really sad. That's about it. How to fall in love again when you're still thinking about your past relationship. You are not ready. Do not do it yet. Like, if you're trying to convince yourself to applies. If you're trying to convince yourself to fall in love again when your like head is somewhere else, it means that you're not ready. So again, time will like fix that, and then, you know, eventually you'll be okay and you won't have to think about how to fall in love because you already have. Like for me, I am definitely guilty of like trying to move on too quickly, and that didn't end up so well. But then I found Carson when I wasn't even looking. Have you experienced heartbreak? Yes, I have, once only, and hopefully never again. Oh, good. Okay, this is Chloe section. Come in. So we just filmed a whole Chloe section because I had so many Chloe questions, which is obviously why you were all here. And Rookie Vlogger 101, something happened with the camera or the memory card and it didn't save. So stay tuned for the next vlog, which will be Chloe or whatever, and subscribe if you want to see it.